Hi everybody and welcome to Daily with Luce Kello. Ha! I know it's been a while. Please forgive me. I've been wanting to make this YouTube video for a very long time, but I've been very scared because what I want to share with you today is something very personal to me. It's a journey. It has been a journey and it's something that God delivered me from, and I just wanted to share this story so that I can help someone out there who might be going through the same thing and they don't know if they can get out. So for those that are new, my name is Lusekelo and welcome, guys. Feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe, feel free to share, feel free to like. And even if you've been here for a while, as in that's the routine, that's what we do here, because if you share, you might not know who you'll be blessing, okay? Because we're here to share the word of God. So keep watching and I hope this video blesses you. Shout out to my stylist who's taking photos of me right now as we speak. Thank you so much for the amazing makeup Glow with Paula, as in you're amazing, you're so cool, guys. She's also very affordable and she does all sorts of makeup. Now today I'm going to be talking about alcoholism and how God delivered me from drunkenness, drugs too. I've been sober for a year and plus months. Is that correct English? Yeah, a year and some months. Yeah, so the reason I actually have decided to open up and talk about it is because I believe there's somebody out there that needs to hear this testimony for them to actually believe that they can get through it, like they can actually be delivered, that deliverance is actually possible. So let me just get right into it. I started drinking alcohol when I was 15 years old. But if I remember very well, it was like way before that, like when I was just really younger. You know how people, like, maybe there are other people around you that drink, and they will just like make this combinations. Oh, she's young, maybe let her taste some a bit. Yeah, I think that's when I was, but then drinking, I really started drinking when I was like 15 years old. So I remember one time I was 15 years old. My friends and I decided to go out and drink, just by this chilling spot near home. So we decided to, dress up and go. I think in that group I was like the youngest. There were even like people who were in their 20s. Yeah, guys, girls. Yeah, so we got drunk, and apparently I got really, really drunk. Like I got wasted to a point where I blacked. Okay, I blacked. And when the people I went with realized that I was, I blacked and everything, I was like unconscious. I got unconscious. Yeah, I think that's what happened when you black. Yeah, they left me, like they ditched me. And in that moment, because of the place, anything could have happened. Somebody could have just put me in their car and like I could have been dead. By now I could have been raped. Like there were so many things that could have happened. But then it was so bad because no matter the attempts that people tried to like resuscitate me, nothing was happening. So apparently someone remained with me. I don't know that person to that day. I actually can't remember the person. So they knew where I stayed. They were like, oh, I know where this girl stays. So they like put me in their car, like a certain stranger, was passing. They're like, who's this girl? Please show me, like tell me where she stays. So they like put me in there and took me home. And they are like, I was unconscious, super unconscious. My mom, they had to take me to the hospital. I remember they took me to PEDS because I was under 16. So they tested me, the doctors tested me, and they actually realized that I had taken very high amounts of alcohol, and some of the vital, I don't know how doctors can explain it, but they were like almost starting to shut down. So there were very high alcohol contents in my body, and that could have led to death. So after that, like life just became so different for me because you know, everybody was talking about me, you know, like I was that kid, everybody was talking about me. No, she got drunk, shan. You just know it becomes like, and then I got depressed. I got very depressed after that. And then I just didn't care anymore. I started drinking. And one time I remember just going to school, and I didn't care about school. I was just, again, I was that kid, you know, because at the time I was in a day school, so I didn't care about school. I would leave my bag in class and just go out and go like drink with my friends, go out and go do drugs with my friends. So like it was just life for me. It was just life, you know. I didn't care about anything. My mom would drop me and come and pick me up. I would make sure by the time she's picking me up, I'm already in the school premises, so that I just go and get in her car. So like this one time I had gone out. By the time I was, so the last period, the teacher that was taking us in the last period decided to get my bag and like take it in, like in the staff room. So me being the liar, the little liar that I was, I just lied to my mom. I was like, no, this teacher doesn't like me. She just like, you know, like hates on me. And she decided, I just went to the loo and she decided to, you know, get my bag. And my mom, like being the caring parent that she was, like no parent would want to hear that. Okay, I was so manipulative. So my mom just went to the staff room and talked to the teacher and got my bag, and that's how we went home. But then one time I decided to go out with my friends, and when I went out with my friends, guys, I decided to again get really like this time, because I was so used to drinking, I like just became so like I just got really drunk again, to a point where I couldn't like get back, because while we went to drink from, the police were called and everything, and we had ish. It was so dramatic. Oh my goodness, like so much happened. We had to run from the police, and yeah, and after we ran from the police and everything, we actually, because it was a house party, so after we ran from the police, we went somewhere else again. Where we went, also we went to drink. And then I realized, oh my goodness, my mom picks me up at this time. I'm past that time. My dad, knowing that I was, you know, like I was problematic, knew she's probably doing something. She's probably up to something. So he starts looking for me with my nephew. I have a nephew who's like way older than me. My mom, his friends, they started looking for me. So I just showed up like 4 hours later, and they saw me. I had no shoes, like my jersey was missing. So like my dad spotted me, he called me. I froze, and all my friends just ran away. So that's when that's when they took me to the, cause even the school was alerted that it was so like the school was alerted that she's nowhere to be seen, and they had to take me back to the headmaster at the time and told him, no, we found and everything. And like the circumstances, they actually, the police, I think the police alerted them, because my mom took me to the police after that, like, no, my daughter is problematic and everything. So yeah, that's how I, like, after everything, because the circumstances in which yeah, I ended up getting expelled from that school because of alcohol and drugs and blah blah blah. So after I got expelled, my parents like just really got soft, like they got fed up with me, and they said, no, like we can handle, you need help, you know, you're so problematic, blah 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 blah. So that's how they ended up like kicking me out. Like they, yeah, so I went to stay with, yeah, they kicked me out. So where I was staying, they were really helpful. They helped me and everything. Then my parents decided to take me to another school. They took me to a boarding school. The boarding school, I could do like 1 or 2 things, but not like, you know, what I used to do when I was at the day school. So I completed my high school, and my drinking still continued, because like no matter how much I tried like to stop, I couldn't just stop, because it got to a point where I actually, yeah. So yeah, so I would drink like a lot, especially like I would just need a reason, like to just go out, you get, like, mostly. But the thing with me is that I wouldn't usually go out. I would really drink like on my own, or do those things on my own, like alone or with my friends and everything. So I joined a Bible believing church, and I met my pastor. And my pastor was, like the way the world would just, point fingers even without knowing me. Oh, she's the one. Oh, she's, people would remember maybe some incident, and oh no, she's the one that would, like, my pastor was so different. He was so understanding. He was listening. He would sit down and actually like take time to understand me as a person without pointing fingers or calling me names or telling me, the exact same things I would hear time and time again, because people had this image about me. Like, he was just different, and I found myself opening up to him, because there was just something about, there's just something about someone actually like dissecting, the problem, and sitting down and listening to you as a person without, calling you names. Some of us we know. Okay, so I continued going to church. I continued going to church, and the problem was still there. The problem was still there. This is, as I'm speaking, like, this is 2023. I stopped drinking in 2021 September. That's when I actually like quit alcohol. Yeah, like, I just, I never really, it's what I knew. Like, if I want to feel better, let me drink alcohol. If I want to like have fun, because even at the time, like, even the people that I would be in relationships with, just to be happy, to be merry, what are we gonna do? We're gonna, drink. We're gonna, because what the devil does is he will, to keep you in a certain bubble, he will put people of the same mind, like, in your path, so that you meet those people, so that even if you want to stop, you can't stop, because you have those people influencing you. Also, it's very important to even pick the right friends. Especially when you're a believer, learn to discern who is for you and who is not for you, because at the end of the day, the people, whether you like it or not, your friends influence you. There were times when I actually did not want to drink. There were times when I actually did not want to go out, but because of the people that were my friends, the people that I was surrounded with, I was drinking, because yeah, they were my friends, and I was bound to like listen to them. Sometimes you think, oh no, just because my friend does this, I can't do this. You're fooling nobody but yourself, boo. Yeah. So my life just went on like that for a very long time. I was depressed. Oh my goodness, the depression, the anxiety that I battled with. I was a sad person. I was a sad child. Like, my life was just centered on, let me party, I'll feel better. I'm one person who actually loves music. I sing, I dance. So, like, let me do those things to make myself feel better, especially like dancing. So where will you find loud music? Like the club. So I started clubbing, like, I was going out, and the life was just the life, like the life. And the thing is that I had this facade, like, I was putting on this face where everybody thought I was like okay, I was cool, I was like, but then behind closed doors, I used to cry myself to sleep. I used to be so depressed. I was so suicidal for a very long time. And today I just want to talk about alcoholism. Next I think in the following videos, I'm gonna be talking about sexual immorality, because some of these things just go hand in hand. Yeah. So God has delivered me from so many things, and I have seen God actually work in my life, and it's something that I want to share with you guys, because I just know that testimonies are meant to be shared. And for me, God has given me this platform, and I just want people to know that God is real and he changes lives. You know, I've seen it myself. I was like super, super, super depressed. I was an alcoholic, you know, and I was not just this person that I am today. And I want someone out there to know that it's real. Like, it's real. It's not a myth. It's not a story. It's something that some of us have actually gone through, and you can also experience deliverance. Like, it's real. Now, one thing I want to make very clear here is I didn't stop drinking the day I gave my life to Christ, but I didn't stop going to church either. In my mind, I knew that I was an alcoholic, but then I did not stop going to church, because what the devil does is isolate you. When I used to, it's something that I used to feel bad about, like, God, tomorrow, like, I'm drinking. I remember there's this day I was like, from getting drunk, I was from doing all the bad things that somebody can do. And there was a church meeting the next day. I said, God, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm so dirty. I feel like, why would I even do that? Like, in that moment, I condemned myself. And I had a lot of those moments, you know, but then something would always tell me, just go. Just go. Like, go. Don't stay. Just go. Go. And I would always find myself there. And you know one thing, you'll find maybe that day, pastor will even talk about maybe the very thing. No, if you are gone, don't stop coming to church. And you know, like, God, did you snitch? Jesus, did you snitch on me? Because this is my word, you know. And I just kept going. That's one thing about being in the presence of God. God is the one who cleans you up, not yourself, not you. You won't clean yourself up. So what will it benefit you if you stop going to church? It's like you have this health condition and you feel bad for always going to the hospital, and then you decide, let me stop going to the hospital. You are literally sentencing yourself to death. That's one thing with church. No matter what you're going through, don't stop going. And that happened to me for a very long time, because I gave my life in 2020. I stopped drinking alcohol in 2021. Just imagine that year. I used to go every Sunday, maybe if we have a midweek, I would go. If we have like special services, I'll go. Because there were days, yes, I would miss because I'll feel bad, but I regret missing. I wish I went. Don't stop going to church. Find a Bible believing church, and in that process, God is working on you. God is changing you from the inside out, because sometimes you actually don't know what God is doing, but you actually see the result. Personally, I have seen God work in my life. Today I can even look and say, no, like, somebody offers me a drink and no, I don't drink. A long time, like, you would even want like free alcohol, but now I'm just like, no. You know. And I'm so proud of myself. Are there moments when I actually feel maybe I'm going through something and I want to drink? Yes, I have those moments. Like, I remember there was this day I was sharing with somebody, I was going through something, and I felt like drinking, you know. And this person told me, not you. Like, you are a woman of God. Like, you are faithful. You're a faithful servant of God. You are a faithful servant of the house. You don't even, like, you know, they encouraged me, they talked to me. Just imagine if I went to a person who if I was friends with a drunkard and then I went to them and I feel like drinking, that could have been the day they could have celebrated. She's come back, you know. But then I also changed my group, the people that I talk to when I'm going through something. And this person literally told me to my face, not you. You, when you're going through something, that's when you even pray. It's easy to pray when things are going well, but when things are hard, you know, when Calabas, you even knew and said, God, I know you are still God and you are God over this situation. It doesn't change who you are. You're the one who changes this same situation. You know, like, they encouraged me because of my friend. So it's important to have godly friends. How I stopped drinking, I actually went out with a few friends of mine, and that night I was just so uncomfortable. I was like, no, like, I was so uncomfortable, like, and I just made a decision. Sometimes it's just a decision. I just made a decision. I said, God, I'm no longer drinking. I'm so sorry for the change in lighting. I was using electricity, but now I'm just using the normal light because they decided to take the electricity. What God can do is absolutely amazing. For me, how I actually stopped drinking alcohol, I just made a decision that day and said no. I could have made a decision any other day in the past, but that was the very day. You get, like, don't stop going to church. I believe me going to church, it was building up something in me. And now that place, because I was filling myself up with the word of God, anything else that was contrary to the word of God just became unfamiliar. It became something that I didn't want to associate with. And by the time I reached a max, so I could just say no, I'm no longer doing this. So keep praying, keep going to church. you know I don't know why God did it for me the way he did it for me, but then I want to believe that he's a very intentional God, and I believe it was for a reason. Sometimes you might be the person standing in your own way. You might be the person standing in your own way, because one thing I realized is one of the fruits of the spirit is actually self-control, and you can actually resist. It's just that I did not unlearn certain patterns in time, for me to actually say, no, I'm no longer doing that. I didn't unlearn. But then how I actually learned that I actually have this authority is because I kept going to church and I kept being taught this, that I actually have the authority to stand and say, no, I'm no longer doing this. I actually have self-control. So if you go to a place where they keep telling you something over and over again, and they just keep, like an onion, you're just peeling and peeling and peeling, and I don't know how I can say it, but are you getting me? Are you listening? So for me, this is actually something that I wanted to share with you today, that God can actually do it. Like, it's possible. You can walk and know in your heart that you are free. And I'm so happy that today I can look back and I can see that it's been the hand of God. Why didn't it happen? Why didn't I stop drinking alcohol before I started going to church? Because I didn't know who I really was. It's only when I started going to church that I was exposed to the word, and I started learning who I am and the authority that I carry. And it's been life-changing ever since. I love you all. And until next time, don't forget we're talking about sex. So don't forget to jump right in and watch the video, share, comment. But actually, I've been so blessed sharing this video. I've been reminded of how God has been so amazing for me and to me. And wow, I'm so blessed, just talking about it over and over again. There's certain things that I haven't talked about in a while. Now that I have, it's just reminded me, that I've seen God's hand. And thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, this has been your girl Lusekelo on Daily with Lusekelo. Thank you, and God bless you.